And first at 5, communities nationwide are ramping up opposition to the rapid growth of data centers. Thank you for joining us. I'm Muriel Bailey. Now that backlash is putting increasing pressure on city and state leaders as tech companies race to build the infrastructure needed to power expanding AI infrastructure. Meanwhile, many residents say the facilities are disrupting daily life.
In any society, there's going to be data centers for a number of reasons, useful reasons, but as people, we don't know what that minimum is. And so there's an expansion happening, there's a bubble growing, and we need to protect our budgets, our people, our land before all of that goes sour.
Now in Birmingham, data centers have become one of the biggest ongoing development debates as well, with many residents raising concerns about how close these massive facilities are and the impact to their neighborhoods. ABC 3340's Emily Cundiff joins us now from our newsroom. And Emily, what changed in the updated ordinance and why are some residents still concerned?
Muriel, the city is currently under a moratorium on new hyperscale data centers while leaders work to finalize permanent zoning rules. But after releasing an updated version of the proposed ordinance, critics say one major change could reduce public input moving forward.
If this new ordinance goes through as it is, there'll be even less transparency.
Birmingham residents are raising concerns after the city released an updated version of its proposed data center ordinance.
So that concerned me.
At the last public hearing on April 28th, a large crowd turned out to weigh in on the proposed regulation, ultimately leading the city to delay its vote so leaders could revisit the ordinance, hear more public feedback, and make revisions to the proposed rules. Now, after the release of the revised ordinance, one of the biggest debates now centers around a change involving something called a special exception requirement.
Under the proposed ordinance, a data center developer would just file an application with the permitting department at the city, so there wouldn't be an opportunity for a public hearing. The special exception requirement is a really, really critical piece of this puzzle.
Another major concern for residents is how close some hyperscale data centers could still be built to neighborhoods.
It's at 500, and we were hoping, that's one thing that just was a common thread through all of the comments of the public hearing, was that they wanted 1,000. They wanted it to be changed back to 1,000.
The revised ordinance kept the same 500-foot setback requirement between some hyperscale facilities and residential areas in certain zoning districts, despite many residents asking the council to increase that distance to 1,000 feet.
Just really sounded like they wanted to make sure that this isn't only good for business, but it's good for the community as well.
Residents say they worry the current version of the ordinance could reduce transparency and public input moving forward.
It's because it's not a done deal. And again, we're not anti-AI. We just want responsible and transparent businesses to come into our city.
We reached out to the city for an interview and they declined. The next public hearing on the revised ordinance is scheduled for June 9th during Birmingham City Council meeting. In the newsroom, Emily Cundiff, ABC 3340 News.